Welcome, and thank you for tuning in to the American Investor Show. Please click subscribe if this is your first time listening. From trader and CEO interviews to breaking news about companies you won't hear anywhere else, nobody does a better job at keeping you in the know when it comes to penny stocks. The term penny stock generally refers to a security issued by a very small company that trades at less than $5 per share. Penny stocks are extremely risky, yet they offer rates of return on investment not seen anywhere else. The host, guest, and callers are not registered financial advisors licensed by any government entity, and therefore, the following should be considered entertainment. The host, guest, and callers disclaim all liability in the event any information, commentary, analysis, opinions, advice, and/or recommendations prove to be inaccurate, incomplete, or unreliable, or result in any investment losses. Before investing in penny stocks, you should consult a professional to determine what strategy may be best for your individual needs. Now, without further ado, your host, LaSalle and
Yes. What's going on, everyone? Appreciate you joining me. Episode 304 here. Late start, but I'm here in the building. Shout out to everybody into the chat room right now. Kenny Nichols, first man in the building. Donzel Essex, Stockafella, DPG, Ricardo Joseph, Terry Cherry, George M, Life for Business, Corey Kwan, Kayak Z, Jay Young, Ja Warrior. What's up, Ja Warrior? Been a minute. Stan the Man, Kelly Rob, Ricardo Joseph, Dr. Butterfly. What's going on? Shout out to the people watching right now and in the future. And ladies and gentlemen, great day on the markets overall for the large cap stocks. Small cap stocks taking a big beating today. Small cap stocks taking a beating today. Man, I lost almost $600 on HMNY. And we're sitting just above my stop loss on HMNY. I mean, we went from, the 485s or in the 483, to 396. Well, what the hell happened? I was like, what the hell is going on here? Let me put my 21 EMA back on here. Now we got to fight for pullback support. And I get it, because at the end of the day, we got some guys in here who were in kind of early, right? They were in kind of early. 21. All right, here's the 21 EMA at 343. So we're still moving in the right direction. We're still moving in the right direction for those of you guys who are riding HMNY with me. Even when we look at the hourly showing 379. So we're right where we need to be. Hopefully tomorrow we hold that 379 level on HMNY. But I was a little bit like, God damn, what's going on with that? Shout out to the guys who jumped on Netflix calls, NFLX, Netflix. Incredible day for Netflix. You had that morning resistance. In fact, let's look at the 5-minute, because that's where you see the real move. Netflix, you had the morning resistance. It sold off in the first 5 minutes. Got back, tried to retest the low of the day, but then boom, just took off, man. Just really took off. Shout out to Netflix. Netflix, big winner on black box stocks. A lot of guys grabbed those in the money 330s. So shout out to Netflix call option buyers. They were big winners. Big winners. Callie Robbie said shortstop covering, in your opinion, on HMNY. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that, Callie Rob. So now it's just going to be the fundamental story, which I think has changed. So I'm still going to be hanging in long there, and I still got 2,000 shares, and I plan on sticking around for the next 60 days. And tomorrow I'm going to be introducing something interesting, because we're going to be making our calls of the month. So 5 call options that I'll be presenting under $1,000 for 30 days. And what I'll make a video about it, and it'll be 5 call options under $1,000 for 30 days, and then you guys will be able to see how my call options do. And I'd love to also get you guys to participate in that. So maybe a call option that you bring up that we can also track for 30 days. You can't change it once you make, and particularly somebody who's been in the chat room, who's been watching it for a while, that I'm kind of familiar with. And we'll be able to go through it that way. I wanted to kind of add that on. So something we can kind of gauge, not necessarily just a ticker, but an actual call or put at a, of course, a designated strike price that we can watch over several days. All right. So we're going to be doing that starting tomorrow, and I'm going to have 5 call options for you guys starting tomorrow. And I want to do it tomorrow because some of these options I want to be taking a position in. And right now, looking after hours, it's almost as if we're setting up for a red day. So this is actually the perfect time. This is actually the perfect time for us to go long, particularly right now. Futures are sideways. Actually, futures are sideways. It looked like after hours we were selling off, but looks like the futures continues to go higher. Interesting article on Market Watch today where they're saying that the stock market made the low, and now historically from where we are now, we make new highs. From where we are now, we go to making new highs. All right? From where we are now, historically, we go to make new highs. All right? Looking at past shock drops, stocks in 1998 moved straight to new highs following a retest of the low in 2010 and also 2011. So some people are looking at historical charts. Let me put that link in the chat room. You can go to marketwatch.com. It's on their first front page where they're talking about how historically when you've seen the market retest the lows, all right, and man, they just got rid of all my, unfortunately, all my moving averages. Let me put them back up here. And we'll see that retest of that 200 moving average. All right. We'll make that red. Thicken that up a little bit. All right. And here's QQQ. And as we touched it, almost touched it back in what was that? In February. And again, should we, now, would you call that a double bottom? Would you call that a double bottom? I don't know. Some guys may say that, but historically from here, we've made new highs going back a couple of years. So check that article out on marketwatch.com. Interesting article, and absolutely. Amazon coming back. Yes, Dr. Butterfly. In fact, I proposed a very interesting vertical on Amazon on my Twitter that lowers the price of Amazon for those of you guys who don't have that much cash, but basically showing Amazon. In fact, let's look at that Amazon because it's a wonderful play right now, because this is where you really want to get in on a ticker like this, because it can put up some stupid numbers if it goes the distance here. Crossing back over the 50 moving average, and you have the MACD crossing over as well here on the daily. And this is where you want to get in on Amazon. All right, this is really where you want to get in on Amazon. And basically my call was buying the May 4th 1460. So it's an in the money call, not necessarily deep in the money, but you're in the money. 1460 call for 65.80 a contract, and then selling the 1465 call against it, which is 63.20. That cuts your cost to about $279 for this trade. It cuts your cost to $279 for one contract for this trade, either way, and earns you a maximum profit of $221 if Amazon stays above 1462.79 by May 4th. I think that's a high probability trade. That's a high probability trade for a 3-week hold. All right. And again, that's one contract. Obviously, you'd want to, guys with a substantial account, you're going to want at least about 5 contracts on there, because that makes it 1,000 up, 1,000 down. All right, so you virtually double your money in 3 weeks if Amazon stays above 1460. All right. Yeah, Dr. Butterfly. Yeah, you want to definitely check with your broker if you are allowed. And verticals are, I want to say most brokers, that's going to be level 3. That's going to be your level 3. All right, so you're going to be able to do that. Yeah, shout out to that Intellisat, the Intellisat traders. We talked about Intellisat yesterday. It continues to go up. Now, today was the first candlestick where it was a clear rejection of those higher levels. 10 is a very, whenever you get to those numbers like 5 or 10 or 15, you're going to get that kind of hesitation. But that's a very interesting candlestick for those levels. You're at the high RSI level now on that one. After hours is not looking so pretty as well. You're at 87 on the RSI on that. I mean, it's done some incredible things here, as you can see, since the 4th. All right, so you're ripe for a pullback in Intellisat. But look, we've seen stocks go to 99. All right, we've seen stocks go to 99. Candace, you're saying that shit is going to $80? Intellisat going to $80? Give me a call, 305-600-2896. Give me your reasoning for that. We'd love the fundamentals on why this could go to become an $80 stock. We'd love the fundamentals for that. I mean, it's a $1 billion market cap. So you're talking another $71 from here. You're talking about putting on shit, man. I mean, 80? What's 9 into 80? Almost 6 times? 7? Right? 7 times. Actually, more than that. A little bit more than that. 56. 81. Let's just give it 9 times. So yeah, you're looking at almost a $10 billion market cap. So adding another $9 billion to that market cap, you got to show me the justification on the fundamental side of why that could be. EVH, stop loss price target 18 with a win ratio. Right, email EVH. Let me see. Let's take a look at it. And don't mind me, guys. I got the blue blockers on. I've been in front of the computer all day. You got to protect your eyes. So I like to wear these blue blockers when I've been on the computer for a while, just to prevent eye strain. I see here, yeah, EVH. There's the 200 moving average. All right. So popping above the 200 moving average on EVH. You're saying the price target is 1806? Your price target is 1806. You said you brought it up on the 11th. Not bad. Nice run on EVH. Good run so far. That's another one where you're about 70 on that RSI. You're about 70 on that RSI. Looking good, though. That's a nice little trend that could be starting here. Crossing the 200 moving average. That's always a good sign. It tends to bring in some new volume. Always a good sign. What's going on, George M? Jeff the Mean Marine, what's up? All right. RIGL. Let me see. Those are some good tickers, you guys. RIGL, though. Biotech play. Decent volume though. I'm actually surprised for a biotech that they're putting up this kind of volume. 4.9 million shares. You're gonna have to let me know what the story is behind this, man. But as you can see, here's another one, right? Back above the 50 moving average. MACD crossover a couple days ago. So you'd love to see that positive momentum in any stock. But being that this has got some decent volume, I'm actually quite impressed. What's going on, Stock Z? Stock Z, are you a penny stock promoter? Like you got a mailing list and all that? See some Stock Z alerts, so I don't. Poor VTVT. Yeah, VTVT is it's actually a North Carolina based company. And they were being propped up by this self-made billionaire from the east side of North Carolina, and they were trying to do something. I think it also having to do with cancer, if I'm correct. But yeah, VTVT. Interesting ticker there. Legendary 8s, what's up, man? FDA approval, the catalyst. What ticker, Mace? What ticker are you talking about? Yeah. Well, Ken is the type of guy is like, Ken goes to sleep at like 9:40. So if I'm not on by like 9:30, Ken is like he's going to bed, man. So Ken is a early sleeper. But shout out to Ken and his FUSZ, man. I mean, some people, every time Ken pulls up a ticker, I know some people in the chat room like, oh, that's a fucking scam and blah, blah, blah. But Ken knows what he's talking about, man. And nice run for FUSZ. Another green day for this ticker. And it did its run. It pulled all the way back to that 21 moving average. We talked about how that's a pullback. Oh, shit, hold on. I think Ken might be calling me. Ken, is this you?
I heard you said I'm sleeping. I made sure I called you.
Oh yeah, because I know you like to get your beauty rest. So thank you for calling in, man, and tell us what you're thinking about FUSZ.
What I think there was I'm trying to think he had his video out this morning, the CEO Rory. So it helped the stock today. It closed at it was up 9 cents. I know it was as high as 242 at around 345, and there was some selling towards the close in that last 15 minutes. You might still have a few shares being sold by Kodiak, but I think they're almost done with all the shares they have. So I really wouldn't worry much about that.
I see some people in the chat room saying it's too late to get in. What's the investment proposition now, Ken? That if somebody's saying, "Hey, I want to get into FUSZ," is it too late? What would you say to mitigate their fears of bag holding at these levels, or would you suggest they stay out?
No, I think they should go in. I mean, if you look at the trading pattern, it seems that it goes like the first in January from 8 cents to 75, back to 35, from 35 up to 210 in a 14-day trading day period. Then from 210 back down to 77 in 3 days. From 77 back to I think it hit like 215 and 215 back down to 138 and 138 to where we're at right now. So. If this pattern holds up, don't you think it's going to go towards that $3 mark short term? We have the catalyst we have in the next week is this contract that I've been talking about. They're going to announce that. I think they're going to announce it this week, the next couple of days, with Oracle. That'll be interesting to see what it actually is. And the second catalyst is the Oracle event. It begins on Monday the 23rd, where the Oracle has all their vendors at a big, huge conference in Las Vegas, and they all present their products. And then on the third catalyst is the other event, what's it called, Marketo, on April 29th. That FUSZ is going to be at. And the fourth catalyst, Rory said in his CEO talk last night, is that he's meeting with some family foundations in the next couple of weeks. He's flying back to New York. These are high worth families that are going to probably invest in the company. So I mean, there's a lot of forward looking events. Oracle's a big company, and there's also some talk. I don't know if you saw in the news tonight. Oracle is in contention with Amazon to support the U.S. government's a huge contract with the military, the U.S. government. And can you imagine if Oracle is putting FUSZ's product into their product, their NetSuite product? It would be huge.
Absolutely.
So I think we're going higher. I just think we're going higher, and there's a small float here, 60 million. It's not a big float, which is great. How many companies they're saying they're not increasing the float, they're not going more debt. They're 43% held by insiders. It seems very strong.
Yeah, I'm actually really impressed. I mean, we talked about last week how those numbers came out, and they looked at it, they didn't like it, but boy, I mean, you really bounced off support, and guys were like, you know what, fuck it. I like still the potential that this company,
Right.
regardless of the what they were showing in terms of what they actually were doing currently. They like the potential of what this company could possibly do. So.
I remember that night I called in and you were concerned from the 10, and I can understand why you would be. I can, but the stock always keeps bouncing back. That's strong.
Right.
And the volume. What do you think of the volume? It seems to be averaging like 1 million or so a day.
That's good. And what's crazy is that's actually pretty low for a ticker that's doing numbers like this. So that can also signify how much they still have yet to go, right? And I mean, imagine if they could find a way to double the volume, and that tells me that there's not a coordinated pump going on, right? It's basically a lot of guys in some chat rooms and stuff who are talking among each other, but this is not a coordinated pump. This is not a company that's put up 70,000 to get the word out, because the volume would be significantly higher than what it is now. This is basically guys who are really committed and getting the word out on their own kind of way. But this isn't a coordinated pump. So that's good and bad, on both sides. So not bad.
And also the CEO, he has his video he puts out every Monday night, late Monday night, and then every Wednesday the CEO is interviewed by this guy from CEO Radio at 3:15 p.m. every Wednesday. So continue, keeps talking, keeps keeping it alive.
Okay.
It's amazing. The guy's doing a great job. So we just let's see what happens. Let's see.
Absolutely.
I think we're going higher, and I think funny feeling. It's like one day maybe we're going to have like a move of $1 or so, and you'll have a huge volume day of 5 million. The stock will move up $1. It wouldn't surprise me.
Ooh. Yeah, I mean, if there was one day it could do it soon. I mean, it can do it right now if it really if that kind of volume came in. Once you get to those higher RSI levels, I'm not sure, but right now, where it is right now, this is probably the perfect time for a move like that.
That's what I'm thinking. We'll see what happens in the next few days. I think they'll be telling. One more. The other one, the next one, CELZ is another one that some of the same people that got me into this, they like that CELZ, and there was an 8K put out. They're getting rid of more toxic debt. If you look at the chart on CELZ, it looks like it's going to bust through here. It's going to go.
Yeah. This one looks like, oh boy, Ken. I mean, you might have us another winner here. And I know a lot of folks are going to start taking your picks a lot more seriously, Ken, now that we've, look, people doubted you on BYOC. They doubted you on some of those other ones, to name a few, but POTN,
not perfect,
but now, look, CELZ, you're getting folks in at a penny. Who knows how high this could go? We'll keep watching. Yeah,
and then some kind of huge conference they're going to be at in May too, so that's another catalyst for the CELZ. Stem cells, USRM made the huge move last year, and this one has a better float structure and better volume. I think this can go.
Yeah.
We'll see. One more. The RNVA came back today a bit because there was news this morning. They postponed the reverse split until May 2nd now. It hit 2.4, 2.5 or whatever it was in the middle, and then it came off the highs. I don't know about that.
I was pretty pissed off about the sell-off yesterday. I mean, I understood the sell-off from the threes. I mean, it had gotten up there. But yesterday I just was like, what the fuck is going on here? But, I love the fact that it held that 21 moving average. I continue to say that is such an important pullback, support line for any stock. If you pull up a lot of tickers, they respect that 21 moving average. And sure enough, today, I mean, it really bounced off that 21-day EMA pullback support just played beautifully today in RNVA. And, of course, I'd love to see us commit, to those 0.25s, but it's okay. And we'll see how things move on from now. But it continues to be a 60-day hold for me, and I'm very excited about the opportunity to be able to let go of these shares that I've got for barely a penny for hopefully one day 4 or 5 cents in the future.
Yeah, you definitely could. You definitely could. So Looking good, looking good. Wanted to ask you, there was, I think I tweeted you this afternoon, there was something regarding Trump and overruling Sessions about making states more friendly with marijuana, but I think that article was put out on April 4th, and that's why the marijuana stocks made the huge move they made. Today, some of them sold off.
Yeah, I saw some of them take a little bit of a dip today. I mean, look at what happened to Can today, man. Look what happened to Can. I was like, good Lord.
Can, yeah.
Can was the one that I was like, man, I that would shock me. I thought maybe, something like an investigation. I mean, 31%, that I'd never seen, a pullback that strong. So I was looking for the bad news and I couldn't find it. So we'll see what happens, man, because that was pretty nerve-wracking, and I was watching guys on Twitter talk about it. They didn't know what the hell was going on, but what a dump on CNN and a couple other ones too as well. MJNA, another one was down. There were quite a few of them that were down today.
MCOA had that too.
Yep, MCOA, but that was just a 3%. So I was like, oh, okay, that's pretty light. But Can, man, that really was like, whoa, where did that come from? But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. It's all good. Yeah. One more thing. Bitcoin today. Someone dumped a huge amount of Bitcoin. Bitcoin really sank. Not about a penny stock, just the currency. It was huge. Maybe it was tax selling today.
Could be. Let's look at, the 5 minute on Bitcoin. Yeah, I saw, I don't know. I really don't know. But as you can see, this is a huge monster dump that I think caught a lot of people off guard today in Bitcoin. And as you can see here, it's struggling to recover from those levels, although it is recovering. But definitely slowly but surely. 6 months ago, they would have ate this up, right? I mean, this would have been, cleared in a minute, right? Guys would have bought those lows, but obviously things have changed, and now Bitcoin will fight to try to get back to the 8s.
Yeah, good stuff. Okay, that's it. Let's see what happens with FUSZ the next couple of days. I think it's going to be really interesting the next 3 days. I really do.
Absolutely. Appreciate it. Thank you, Ken.
Right. Thank you.
Yes, indeed. Appreciate you, Bill Betts. For the donation. Blessing the ministry. Blessing the Ministry of Wealth. CU, is that the ticker you're bringing up? What is that? CU, Changyou.com. Looks like a Chinese internet play. All right. Above the 50. Above my 21. All right. Looking real nice. It's not cheap, though. Not cheap and not very liquid. Bill. So let me know what's the reason for the play here. It's a $30 stock, so you're gonna have to load up on a grip there to make it worth you. So give us a call and let us know. Otex, another one. It's a $35 stock. Again, back above positive territory. $9 billion market cap, not the smallest company in the world. And let me know if this has options. As you can see here, here's another one that's also not incredibly liquid, but putting up 1.6 million shares today. But also showing, looks like a hedge fund manager. It's got one of the largest positions in the company, OpenText. 940 dividend. Which ticker, Bill? Appreciate Ken putting his tickers out there. Appreciate you putting your tickers out there, Ken. Algo's going one for Bitcoin. Yeah, shout out to FPVD, man. Shout out to FPVD. Love to see the stock do something, man. This is one of those businesses that it makes sense. Force protection video, but maybe there's just too much paper out there, man. CU, okay, CU, Changyou. Bill, you're saying that Chinese company is going to pay a 940 dividend? A-call. Here's A-call. A-call is another, I want to say it's an MJ play too, right? A-call. If I'm correct, ACAL is also MJ related. Or maybe like CBD rather. Yeah, oh yeah, okay, yeah, they're MJ. Yeah, there it is. They're MJ affiliated in that space. In that space. Appreciate you, Jay Perez. Yeah, got to protect the eyes, man. You know. Well, $9 on eBay, bro. $9 on eBay. Just type in blue blocker sunglasses or something like that. You know, looking at these monitors all day, you got to block those blue lights. Know the stock market, but XVG Verge MindGeek partnership. I don't even know what you're talking about, Black Mike. I don't even know what that is you're talking about. Verge MindGeek partnership. I have no idea what that is, bro. Is that a crypto? This cannabis play is going to get you pumped for 420. Yeah, you know, you got a lot of things that run into 420. I was pretty disappointed with that 420 run. Yes, last year. Last year was pretty disappointing. If you look at the 420 run, last year there was nothing. There was nothing there. Ricardo Joseph, you can click the PayPal link in the description. You said you saw that partnership with Pornhub. Appreciate you, HM. All right, Cali Rob, no problem. All right, let's take a look at HST. Let's take a look at HST. All right. And by the way, if you got a call option that you'd love to see on the video tomorrow, our monthly calls or monthly options episode, I'm going to make that tomorrow. Email me happypennystocks@gmail.com with your YouTube username that you use here in the chat room. I'll put that in the video. All right. Host hotels and resorts. All right, not bad, not bad. Every time I looked up this ticker, it makes me want to look up La Quinta, which is LQ. LQ is another one, not bad. LQ. You know, because many of these hotels, motels, cruise lines kind of plays, they run concurrently. And these are great times to be in these kind of tickers. Obviously going into the summer months because, this is where they do the most business. All right. HST price target of 2020. That's your price target? That's your price target or that's from a recommendation from an analyst? AFTC. Alternative Fuels Incorporated. All right. OTC stock on a run. It's pretty wide. I mean, you got us, there's some interesting candlesticks there, man. Those some interesting candlesticks there. Nice little RSI. It's got you got us in hot, but still running real nice. I'll give it to you. All right, let me see here if I can. I don't want to mess around with my chart right now. That's what we thought at 18. AFTC, the floats are getting locked. Well, hourly. Let's look at the hourly. Yeah, moving in the right direction on the hourly. Definitely moving in the right direction on the hourly. You got a little bit of divergence there starting with that MACD, though, man. That MACD is tilting a little bit. And also, get ready, man. Just be careful on this one. RSI, too, showing some weakness. All right. That trend isn't going very well. It's not the right direction, and you start to see that trend. So be careful on AFTC. Just be careful. You got a pullback coming. All right. All right, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. What else you guys got? BPMX. Savvy B Comedy, appreciate you. I hope you're a woman. All right. You know, not that brother talking about my lips again. BPMX. 5% gain. BPMX. I don't want to talk BPMX until we get, you know, back above some of these better moving averages over here. As you can see here, it's struggling, but it's fine. It's trying to turn things around here. And today's day was a good opportunity for it to do so. 5% gain today in BPMX. All right, let's get above, you know, 0.2360. 0.2360 is where we need to get above, and we're very close. Very, very close. You know what I'm saying? Very, very close. All right. IG, let's take a look at IG. IG, 22.4% gain. IG. Right now, ticker's at 49 cents. Boy, I got to give it to you, man. That's a nice little gain right there, man. I got to give it to you, man. 22% gain on IG on a public offering. Typically, you know, stocks sell off on a public offering. All right. That looks like that came out a couple of days ago, but then you had more news come out on the completion of that 11.25 million public offering on IG, and the stock, you know, bumped up higher. 22% gain. Red Wides, what did you get killed on? What did you get killed on? What did you get killed on? TVIX? Oh, yeah, TVIX is a bitch right now, dude. TVIX is, look, at the end of the day, this is a product that is, in fact, designed to go down, right? That's what is designed to do. That's why, you know, TVIX has had, 6 reverse splits in its lifetime? So it is designed to go down. Now, we're going through, you know, unusual volatility for the last 2 years. So the way to profit, and what some guys have been doing, is holding TVIX for that day of spiking higher. Now, here's the thing. The only way to really win at that is to be in TVIX at a very, you know, small position. Because at the end of the day, you're talking about stocks. So this is not an option that it's not going to expire or anything like that. So you can't be in TVIX a significant amount of your account, right? You don't want to get greedy with this, because this could you can keep going lower and lower and lower and lower. It can keep going lower. I mean, we can end up back at the 4s. We could end up back in the 4s on TVIX before that turns around. It is, in fact, designed to go lower. All right. The only ETF that I know designed to go up, there are a couple of them, but the most liquid one is SVXY, right? SVXY. This is the only ETF that I know, if you're playing the VIX, which is designed to go up if VIX goes down. If VIX goes down, SVXY goes up. So this is what you would want to be in as the VIX goes lower. All right? And the only way you get killed in this play is if that volatility comes back. As you can see here, it was a killer for 2016, 2017, right? It's designed to go up if VIX goes down, but when that volatility comes back, and it came back with a vengeance, if you remember back in early February, you can get your ass handed to you. You can get your ass handed to you. What time period do you go for day trading crossover 50? Typically 60 minutes, bro. 60 minutes. All right. I only use the 5, the 60, or daily, weekly, monthly. 5, 60, daily, weekly, monthly. All right. But if we're talking about the crossovers, the 50, then I need to see it on the hourly or the daily. The hourly is always going to, of course, get you there before the daily is going to get you there. For example, if you look at Amazon, all right, if you look at Amazon, it crossed over today on the 50. But if you pull up the hourly, right, if you pull up the hourly, you were back above the 50 RSI line. You've been trending on top of it for quite a few days, but you were clearly back above it yesterday morning at 9:30 at the open. So Amazon got you back in to positive momentum yesterday at 9:30 at that 1440, which is almost $60. $60 from where you are now at 1503. At 1503. All right. So, and of course, the lower the time frame, the less accurate it can be. The less accurate it can be. All right. The higher the time frame, the more accurate. Monthly charts are more accurate than weekly charts. Weekly charts are more accurate than daily charts. Daily charts are more accurate than hourly. Hourly are more accurate than, that's kind of how you break that down. All right. Yes, indeed. Check out my Google Drive for all those videos. But I love the 50 crossover, MACD crossover. Love them from those option plays. All right. QQQ goes up. TVIX goes down. No. TVIX runs on a futures. TVIX runs on a futures. Just Google TVIX. It pulls up the actual fund and how it works. It has nothing to do with QQQ. It all has to do with futures prices. All right. But yes, I mean, obviously, yeah, when QQQ is going lower, you'll see TVIX go higher, but they TVIX doesn't run on QQQ, and I'm just trying to be clear about that. But they don't have anything to necessarily do with each other. Is it TVIX related to SPY more than QQQ? Yeah, TVIX runs off doesn't even run off the VIX, that we all know as VIX. It runs off of futures. FAZ is an inverse. That's correct. All right, so let's look at some plays, man. Let's look at some plays. Got a couple reverse splits. Nobody's talking about VLRX. Nobody's talking about VLRX. There was nobody in that today. It's a ticker that left a lot of people up there. I hate these tickers. These kind of plays. Most of the meat of the move happened pre-market. It opened up, left a lot of people burned, man. I looking at what people were saying on Stock Twits, and boy, you had so many people just get shitted on. And when you just don't know what you're doing, you can end up getting burned. You got guys holding $4 VLRX, and the thing closed at $2.10. So you're down 50%. You're not going to be saved, bro. You're not going to be saved. How many times have we seen that? You're not going to be saved, man. Very, very disappointing. NIHD. Here's the 5-minute chart. NIHD. Let's go to the daily, see where we are on the bigger picture. As you can see here, here's NIHD. Should have taken my own advice here. Ooh, look at that. Nice move here since late February. Holding very, very well. All right, NIHD. Beautiful chart. Look at that. NIHD up 7% gain today. From what? 61 cents. From 61 cents. Look at this paper trade. This is a paper trade. I said, oh, fuck it. Let me go in. And look at that. Look at this beautiful paper trade. Should have followed my own advice on this one. I like to paper trade. Something I'm thinking about going in, and I'll come back and check on it. NIHD, boy, look at that. Nice move. Nice move. ACHN. Let's look at it. ACHN. Let's look at that one. Oh, okay. ACHN. Got a lot of volatility to it. As you can see here, it does a good job when it's on a nice trend. It's the first time you're back successfully above the 21 in a few days. What's that? Achillian Pharmaceuticals, 7.8% gain. MACD's, finally coming back together. I like how it's nice and close like that. You want to stay away from getting in it when there's a strong gap between the moving averages on that MACD. All right. Because that shows that that downside energy is stronger than, it's very, very strong when they're very far apart. Or this is showing a lot of upside strength. So this is actually what you want to see if you're going long. This is what you want to see when you're going short, where on the downside move, you're starting to see a lot more of a gap between the moving averages. Now they're getting tighter, so you're starting to see that crossover, that positive momentum coming back in it. Here's another 50 cross with today's action. Hopefully that MACD is what crosses pretty soon as well. Usually like to see MACD cross before the RSI, but it's okay. It's okay. What's going on, Succeeder? Yeah, I saw Singh make the move. Singh, it's kind of late for Singh, but hey, take it, bro. 42% gain for that. Shout out to Singh, man. Singh, we've been pulling up Singh, wondering where Singh was going to be at. Shout out to Singh making the move. Shout out to Singh making the move, finally. I swear, a million people don't watch the show, but somebody watches the show to get these things popping off. We'll pull up a ticker and no action. And then a couple days later, boom. I'll give it to him, man.
Supreme victory.
42% gain. Hitting that 21. Beautiful, beautiful. Appreciate you, Stock Z. Yeah, Trevor, email me, bro. happypennystocks@gmail.com. happypennystocks@gmail.com. All right. I'll send you a link to those free videos. All right. Those free stock training videos. All right. FCGD. First Columbia Gold. I've heard of this First Columbia Gold. It's a lottery ticket play. 0001. Hey, take your risk. Take your risk. Take your risk on that one. What's going on, Corey Kwan? TLNUF. 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 One second. Yeah. Appreciate you, Succeeder. LDSR. LDSI. You got a lot of L tickers there, man. What's going on? LRDR. LRDR. Okay. Ooh, look at that one. My thing is, bring these tickers to me when they just start moving. When they just start moving. Now, I mean, you trying to get us holding bags, man. You know, there are 15,000 tickers. I can't pull them all. You know what I mean? This is a ticket. You could have got me in here at 0020. You know, now you trying to get me in at 2 cents by somebody else's profit. LDSR. Let's look at that one. I remember that from yesterday. Not bad on that one. All right. This one, I don't know. It's kind of showing a little bit of weakness here. It's showing a little bit of weakness here. It leaves a little bit of a commitment from trader. Well, here's the thing though, Dr. Butterfly, is like what they'll do, what sometimes, and I've noticed guys do that, is a stock will run, and once it starts slowing up, then they'll come to my show and be like, oh, hey, talk about this stock right here, man. Or they'll call up and talk about it. No, it's like, people aren't dumb anymore. That's the thing. It's like, I understand if this was 2011, 2012, you can do that. But traders today are significantly more sophisticated. You're just wasting your time. You're just wasting. And I get it. Guys want to grab the lows for themselves. And I'm telling you right now, you'll have a faster time getting at those higher prices when you get people in with you at the lows. Don't wait till a stock tops out to start sharing the love. Then you're too late. Icon. No, that's headed down the drain, bro. That's not good. That's not looking good at all. That's not looking good at all. There's no reason to get into this. Hammer signal. That hammer signal. That's I hope that's why you're bringing up Icon. You had some. Yeah, man. This is not a pretty look. It's not a pretty look at all. But hopefully that. You get some bulls coming in on that candlestick. That's not a pretty looking chart at all. Yeah, Jeff's Ford play. Yeah, no gain, no foul on Ford. No gain, no foul on Ford. I was in Ford for a little bit as well. All right. Moved my money into some other things on a small gain, but Ford. I'm also holding Groupon. I do have Groupon, by the way. I don't know if you guys have been seeing what Groupon is doing. I'm holding some June Groupon. I'm holding some June 15th Groupon, I believe. I'm holding some June Groupon. GRPN. All right, Groupon, going into earnings here in a couple days. Groupon, not too far from that, so pay attention to what Groupon is doing. 919, what's going on, Bats?
Hey, Sal, how are you doing, sir?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, not bad. How's everything with the SPY going and the VIX? Where are you at with those?
Well, man, look, I had to give up. I had to give up on TVIX. Now I'm in SVXY
Okay.
because I actually, when I got some more information on TVIX, man, I had to let that go because I've never seen anything that hit my stop so many goddamn times.
Where is TVIX at right now?
Well, TVIX is, let me see, because I haven't been in 692 on TVIX.
What?
Yes, 692, bro.
What the hell?
I went in 835 with an 810 stop hit, 805 with a 785 stop hit. I was like, look, okay, fuck it, just take the money, just fucking take the money. And let me get the fuck out of here. So
Well, so that explains it why I'm struggling with the SPY, because I'm trying to put SPY options and it keeps going up, and you have the same problem on the other side.
Yeah, right. So no, this market wants higher prices, bro. I think this market wants to break out. And
Wow.
after that happened a couple times, then I started looking for some long plays, and that's where I found Amazon, and I'm riding that, even though that looks, that was an awesome day today. But
Right.
we're getting into the earnings season now too, bro. So,
Yeah.
I think we start to see some higher prices, irregardless of the fact that this market is so synthetically ran and so manipulated and so much blatant manipulation going on in terms of how bad our economy is. But regardless, look, traders want to buy. They want the market to go higher, and they're responding by buying more. So it is what it is. It's short term. Somebody said short term bullish, overall bearish. That's absolutely right.
Yeah. So I have a story I need to share with you about the SPY and what I did yesterday. It's freaking hilarious. This is like my biggest blonde moment of trading in maybe 2 years. So anyway, okay, so I'm looking at the SPY, it's towards the end of the day, and I'm like, yeah, this is the perfect time to get into the SPY because it's going to sell off. Mm-hmm. When it establishes a high again, I'm going to, buy put options like I normally do. It's 1 p.m., and then I put my order in. I go to lunch, and I'm like, yeah, feeling good. I get back, and I'm like, this is strange. The market is still, what's going on with the market? It's still going on. What the hell's going on? Then I realized the blunder. In Phoenix, if I was actually in Phoenix, 1 p.m. would be market close, but I'm in New Jersey. So...
Oh, you got the time all fucked up. Oh,
yeah,
shit.
snap. Yeah, so on my Thinkorswim chart, I had Phoenix time, and it was I somehow got confused and thought, okay, my mind told me. I looked at my phone; it's approaching. I even stated, oh, it's power hour now, and I'm freaking 3 hours behind because. In New Jersey at 1 p.m., market closes at 4, but I'm thinking I'm in Phoenix. And so I put in my trade, and of course I'm like, this thing's going against me. What the hell? Something's not right. So it turns out that, a time zone difference. And of course, when the real power hour comes at 3,
you're already sold
3
out.
Hours. Yes, and I lost money. I actually made a $300 loss, and I was like, "Oh man, that it was such a silly moment for me because I haven't been traveling that much. I haven't traded in a long time on the East Coast, so I was conditioned to saying, 1 o'clock Phoenix time is market close. I just saw on my phone that, it's 1 o'clock or it's approaching 1 o'clock. I put in my trade saying, we've reached a top. It's starting to sell off. It will start selling off. And then I realized my blunder when the stock continued to go up, and I actually put my trade in 3 hours ahead of time. And then, of course, at the real power hour, the stock started trading off. So anyway, that was just a small story, just hilarious that you've got to definitely keep your wits about you because when you change time zones, your brain is conditioned, based on what time zone you're on, and I totally forgot about all of that. So that's hilarious. Before I go, I don't know if you had talked about a few of these tickers. PULM, it's been consolidating for maybe a couple weeks or 3 weeks, but I noticed just a former runner, just a volume difference today, so it might be nothing, but Keep an eye on PULN.
Yeah, that RSI and that MACD is peaking up a little bit. We could see something here.
Exactly. Then we've got Joan, Gone, Jones Energy. Also another kind of like yesterday had a low RSI hammer, put in a good day today. Volume looks good, so that's another one to keep watching. And then there's some real quality biotech companies. There's EXEL. This one also coming from a low RSI hammer, had a very good day, but these guys are doing, very good science. Mm-hmm. I can't tell you at the top of my head what they're doing. I've only just followed them as a technical chart, but people within this field always talk about EXEL. Mm-hmm. So keep a watch on that. The one I do want to bring your attention to is SGMO, Sangamo.
Yeah, this is an interesting one, man. This has had it had a huge run last year, if you remember, SGMO. Now sold off, but you're seeing this returning to some former glory.
Yeah, so there are a few gene editing companies out there. The craze that's been, over the last 2 years has been what's called CRISPR. Mm-hmm. And the CRISPR companies basically, they use a specialized form of gene editing to basically modify, what happens in our bodies at the genetic level. So the three companies that went public a couple of years ago were Editus, EDIT, CRISPR, I think it's CRSP, and Intellia, NTLA. So these companies all operate along CRISPR, which is a type of gene editing. And a scathing article came out a few months ago where they're like, while CRISPR gene editing works, there are a lot of side effects, almost like you don't just edit that gene. There's some other problems associated with that are non-specific, kind of like chemotherapy for cancer, where your hair falls out and you get other effects that shouldn't be part of that, mechanism of action of the drug. So SGMO is a gene editing company. They're using a non-CRISPR based form of gene editing that appears to work really well. Mm. This is one of those companies where put in money and just let it, kind of like a retirement type stock, because a lot of people believe that these guys have the right idea without using CRISPR to edit genes. They've got some real promising data on this. Mm. And, my friend who I always talk about, who is in IONS, IONS, or formerly called ISIS Pharmaceuticals, this for him is his next ISIS Pharmaceuticals, in the sense that he sees this as being the next big stock, whether it's a $50 or $100 stock. And right now, if you can remember, my friend Nathan from Greensboro, from 2007 until last year, he basically bought IONS doing dollar cost averaging and is up $1 million in that in 10 years. So this is his next pet project, where he's like, this is the next company that he can see, going to $50, going to $100. So every time this drops, he's buying more and more shares. And he may do it again. He may turn this one into another $1 million. But this is surely one to watch, if not for just accumulating the stock itself. But if you want to do options, I don't know how liquid the options are on this one. Mm-hmm. But this is one that he is saying is the wave of the future, and he can see this one making people a lot of money. And then last but not least, we have Shopify right now. Yeah. Looks like it's coming, from a bullish morning star, where you had the candlesticks. You had the prevailing downtrend, yesterday's hammer, and a very bullish positive day today. Looks like this one could, it's now at 125.96. This can easily go back to meet resistance at 150. And it's a solid company. I mean,
Shopify's been a monster, dude, on the weekly chart.
Monster kill.
Week after week after week on the monthly options has been a complete monster.
Yeah, so this one is one where you should get into this one with the hopes of making maybe another $25. Yeah, another $25 on this one within the next month or so. So keep an eye on this one. It's a very bullish reversal signal we see there. So yeah, keep an eye on that. And I think that's about all I have. Once again, the SPY, man. Because you were looking to get into the TVIX at about $9 and hoping for a bounce off of that, right?
Yep.
And on the same as me, like I've been looking at puts, and this thing keeps on going up. We'll see though if the $270 mark, if it goes higher than that tomorrow, because that's where I was kind of figuring would have been good for puts today, but more than likely it's going to gain another dollar or two. We'll see it at 271 or 272. But the day that it starts falling back, that's when you get into the VIX. So you can watch the VIX, I'll watch the SPY, and we just need the day it starts crumbling, which who knows when that will be, but when it starts happening, then maybe you and I can make more money as it comes back down, as the SPY comes down and the VIX goes in the opposite direction.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate you, Bats. I mean, this is going to be interesting but the problem is that we're going up with even more velocity every single day, and you wake up in the morning and the futures are at triple digits, and we're going higher with even greater velocity than we were, coming out of those February lows. So what's going to happen is we're going to find out, can we get, 278, 280? If we break out of that 280, good Lord, we're definitely headed for those those highs for the SPY period. And this could be a real account buster for guys who go in on those puts a little bit too early.
Yeah, so definitely. So we'll just wait and see what happened. I mean, today, if I'd gone in with a call option on SPY using VWAP, that would have been a good trade. But unfortunately, for the last week or so, I'm really trying to specialize on one leg, which is the puts. And you're not doing well the last few days. I'm trying to short the SPY because it's pretty bullish,
right.
And you're seeing the same thing where the TVIX is bearish. But let's just keep watching it and let's see what happens.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Sal.
Appreciate you. Thank you, Bats.
All right, take care.
Yes,
Bye-bye.
Indeed. Shout out to Bats. Thank you. Gave you about 8 tickers right there on the call with Bats. Appreciate the call, Bats, as always. And really good tickers with that one. I like, of course, that SGMO. He basically is explaining to you, be a little bit patient with you, but, giving us that due diligence on SGMO, showing that, there's incredible potential, upside potential, and the field that they're in. Gene editing is the future. You do have, unfortunately, some sick parents out there who want superhuman kids, but also you got some people who want the ability to be able to remove what could be devastating potential future illnesses or diseases that a child could be suffering from, or and then being able to remove that possibility is a good thing. It's a good thing. All right. So SGMO, a lot of upside there. All right. Somebody mentioned DPW. DPW, Bitcoin stock that didn't, sell off today like many other Bitcoin stocks did. DPW looking really good here. DPW, $1.24. DPW, do you remember this Bitcoin stock that, really put up some stupid numbers, man, from 57 all the way up to $5 at the run of Bitcoin. But here we are now, DPW, different time, now sitting at $1.24. $1.24. All right. Let's go. Let's keep it going. RESN. We love those stocks before the move. Before the move. Oh, I like this one. I like RESN. This is what I'm talking about. MACD cross. RSI looking for that 50 line on the daily. All right, looking for that 50 line. You touched it, pulled back a little bit. All right, so you're dancing just beneath that 50 RSI line. This is what we want to see. This is what I'm talking about. Appreciate you. Who brought that up? Norman Powell. Yes, sir. Salute Norman Powell. This is what I'm talking about, man. Dancing under that 50. This is something you can watch for a couple, a day or two and say, all right, let me go ahead and get a starter position in here and see what happens over the next week. Yes, indeed. Shout out to you. 312, you're on the air. What's going on?
You.
Yes, hello. Who am I speaking with?
It's Norman.
Norman. Oh, appreciate you, man. You just gave me the ticker.
Yeah, I was sending you something. You quoted earlier about sending something before the move, so I figured I'd post it in the chat.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, great ticker. Now, can you tell us a little bit about the company?
Don't know much about the company. I'm strictly technical with it.
Okay.
It seems like it's setting up pretty good here.
Yeah.
Looking at your chart. What is your line? Your line is the 20 there?
Yeah, that's the 21. The 21 EMA.
Oh, okay, because I use the 10.
Okay.
And the RSI also.
Okay.
But I was just looking at the higher low there. I see you just posted, what is that, the weekly you just put up there? Or is that the daily?
Yeah, for a second. The weekly. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know much about it. I'm pretty much a technical guy. Just look like it's setting up pretty well there. I had a little volume today, not tremendous amount, but after those 3 past days of going down, today was a pretty much up day.
Yeah. It's a good chart because it respects those moving averages really well. I mean, I'm looking at the chart here. I'm seeing, last time it was above my moving average, and it held it very, very nicely. And last time it was above the 50 RSI line. It held it very nicely. That was a nice run from, the 450s to the 850s. So you damn near doubled your money. So, it's a nice little, stock that, right now just underneath that EMA. If it crosses over, I think guys could, why not start with a small position and see where it goes?
Why don't you flip to the weekly real quick there, Sal? Kind of looking at it. And
so now on the weekly, being that it has sold off pretty aggressively over the last several weeks, it's not going to show that turnaround potential just yet. Although the candlesticks are smaller on the weekly, so you're kind of getting off that high volatility that it was suffering from over the last couple weeks.
Okay, and what about your hourly?
Let me see here on the hourly. Let's take a look at the hourly. Well, the hourly definitely looks better. The hourly is going to get you into the move a lot earlier. And as you can see here, the hourly, you had some 50. Actually got you above there on the second before coming back. But, ticker like this, the daily definitely plays a little bit better. But hourly still looks good too. Little choppy, but as you can see, when you step back and you go back to the daily chart, that's where you really kind of see the potential in this particular ticker.
And the RSI pretty much sitting at about 48, 49, somewhere in there.
Right. Absolutely.
Okay. All right. That's all I have for you today, Sal.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it, Norman.
All right. Doing a great job. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Norman Powell for the call. Appreciate the ticker, sir. Yes, indeed, man. Yeah. This is kind of what you want to obviously do your research on it. It's a semiconductor stock. These tickers have taken a beating over the last month and a half. We know what's been going on with the QQQs. But when I look at what it did, especially towards the end of last year, man, this is a nice ticker. It's a really nice stock. All right, it's a nice stock. So we'll see if it can get back. It needs to get back above. We want actually that 385. So we just got above it. Actually, we are actually above that 21 EMA. All right, we're just above it at 387. Line is at 385. So we're 2 cents above it. Let's see if we can commit above that level. In fact, I'm gonna save this one myself. Why? Because it's dirt cheap. It's dirt cheap, and this is where you can really load up, because a move from 385 to 450, that can really change your account. All right, or even a 25-cent move on a stock this cheap, that's some serious profit. Yeah, Netflix up huge, man. Netflix, look at the numbers they put up for earnings, bro, and that explains everything when you talk about Netflix. That explains everything you need to know. What they did in India, insane. AMTX. All right. AMTX, here's another one. Not bad on AMTX. Not bad. I don't like the volume on the stock, though. I'm not a big fan of that volume. Not a big fan of the volume. But pretty good. Don't like the MACD on it, but it's all right. So for the most part, it's all right. It's all right. You're gonna have to keep your stop loss pretty tight on something like this, though. All right. Alan West, how do I handle short-term gains on your taxes? You're gonna have to speak to an accountant for that. I trade through a corporation. I don't use my name. I use a corporate account to trade. So I couldn't even explain that to you, bro. VALE. 3.5%. 3.5%. Gain today, $13 stock. $13 stock. MACD cross up on the 50 RSI as well. I'm not seeing too much about the business here. In fact, TradingView's not telling me anything about this company, so it looks like it's some kind of foreign company, because it seems to be an ADR. So let me know what the deal is on Vail. Let me know what the deal is on Vail. Yeah, that's why I is running, because Amazon is on top of that. All right. Bats, I don't know if you were watching when I made this announcement, but I'm going to be doing a call of the month show, or options of the month show, where it's going to be a standalone video where I'm going to put up 5 option plays for the month. And if you want, Bats, you want to give me one option that we can look back 30 days on and follow over the course of a couple of days. You're not going to check on it every day, but over the course of a couple of days, we can look and see where that 30-day option it ends up. And it's not a competition or anything. It's just something where we all can do to improve and also help build that responsible trading style that's disciplined and patient. that's disciplined and patient, because sometimes you need to see what the potential could be of holding a position for a period of time. All right? Yeah, so send me one option play that we can hold for 30 days, and it would be, as if we're holding it. The trade has to be under $1,000. Under $1,000, and all I ask is that the underlying trade at least 1 million shares a day. At least 1 million shares a day. All right? Yes, indeed. So I'll bring up 5 tomorrow. And if you're interested in being a part of that, email me happypennystocks@gmail.com. Put up one, and we'll put up the episode, and then we'll check on it as days go by. All right. Yeah, hit me up in Twitter, Bats. Hit me up in Twitter. Hit me up in Twitter about it, and I'll put that on, because I'm going to make that video tomorrow and then probably post it in the afternoon, maybe evening, after the show. All right. I was hoping tomorrow was going to be a red day, because that would be a great opportunity to kind of go in on some longs or some puts. All right. But it looks like, no, we're headed higher. We're clearly headed higher. Now, yeah, shout out to Dr. Butterfly on NVIDIA. NVIDIA's another one. That's another one. I didn't even bring that up yet. Back above the 50. We already know what NVIDIA can be. NVIDIA is a $500 stock in waiting if we keep this bullish nature across the market going. NVIDIA could double this year if we break out to the upside. This could double. NVDA, here's another stock that, again, it's going to crush earnings. Especially now we got that tax plan. With this tax plan, most of these companies are almost assured to beat earnings with what they can do with their numbers now. Here we have NVDA back above the 21 moving average. All right. EMA to be exact. You already know what it can do if you stay above those levels. Look at the chart. All right. Look at the chart. 237 is where it's going for right now. I know the options aren't cheap, especially if you want to go out a little bit. On NVIDIA. All right. But again, when you're using verticals, you can limit your risk. As well as, let me see here, because I'm curious myself on NVIDIA, what's out there. And let's look at something like May 4th. I'm seeing 235s going for $8. The 235s are going for $8.30 for May 4th. All right. If I sell the 237.50s, oh yeah, that's not a bad trade. All right, so yeah, those May 4th 235 calls for 830. Obviously you can go a little bit further into the money. You're gonna pay more. But if you want to go for a higher delta play, you can do that as well. And of course, again, you can pick up great stocks like NVIDIA, like Amazon, like Google by using verticals to make the cost of trading these better stocks a little bit more affordable. The only thing that's obviously is because you put a cap on your gains, but again, it gets you into trading, better quality plays. You said this market won't stop. Don't fight it, Bill Betts. Don't fight it. Don't Don't fight this thing, man. I mean, when you start like, what the fuck? Why does the stock market keep going up? What the fuck? You gotta understand, the market is made to go up. Like at the end of the day, you don't want to bet against the country, right? I mean, things improve, things get better. Capitalism is about, people using their creative energy to, create new products and services, right? So it's about improvement. It's about increase, right? There's a time for the market to come down. I'm all about making money on the downside, but I'm not going to fight. I'm not going to fight, against, this market that wants to go up higher. You said you're going to catch TVIX at 590. Monster kill it to $11. Look, at this point, you can look at what is that, UVXY? You can look at UVXY because what's his name hit me up today? David Lincoln. And David Lincoln said, instead of holding TVIX, go into UVXY options. Go into UVXY options. And if you pull up the options on UVXY, he may make sense with that kind of play. So he's basically saying go into UVXY options, look into some of the months, later, maybe like even a May or a June, right? And go into the option side of the trade. Go into the option side of the trade on UVXY in May 18th. You've seen the May 18th. That's where the liquidity is on UVXY, is on the monthly options. All right, on the monthly options. And if you're looking at some of these tickers, you can see here, heavy toward the put side, right? Heavy toward the put side as it starts to go lower. As you see, the puts are very expensive right now on UVXY as the UVXY continues to go lower. Calls are really cheap because they're losing quite a bit of value. All right. They're losing quite a bit of value right now. All right. I'm seeing some of these 11s and 12s VIX that were, almost $7-8 a couple weeks ago. All right. Random stock run, UVXY puts all day. There you go. Random stock run looks like he's already been taking advantage of that. SVXY options, you can do that as well. I'm not familiar with the liquidity on that one. All right, but I know guys play the UVXY options. As you see, random stock run, he's talking about he's buying those puts all day on UVXY. Quite a bit of liquidity on there. They're not cheap. All right, obviously, I mean, you would have loved to have paid for those $16 puts in UVXY maybe 2 or 3 days ago. As you can see here, they've, grown tremendously in value over the last couple days. All right. BCRX. Shout out to the guys who donated to the show. Ricardo Joseph, $10, man. Appreciate you blessing my ministry. Ricardo Joseph. Thank you, sir. All right. So before we get out of here, 210, you're on the air. What's going on?
What's up, sir? What's up, me? Gerardo.
Hey, Gerardo. What's up, man?
What's up, homie? Nothing much, man. I had 2 tickers here for you, man. I brought it up once before. I think it was like a week ago. But I have these 2 tickers, and then I had just like a quick comment about the market in general.
Okay.
But first ticker, man, it's DFBG. And I brought this one up last time I called.
Differential brands?
Yeah. And it's like not a big deal. This company's kind of like not doing much, but for some reason there's like bullish momentum on the down low here with this low volume. Just kind of getting early, couple $100, nothing too big, just seeing if it does anything.
Yeah. I remember you talking about this company owns a few lines under its belt and things like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then I have this other ticker, man. AUMN, Golden Minerals.
Mm-hmm.
It's a mining company. And same thing with this one, man. Exact same kind of play. Getting in early, just there's some bullish momentum. Kind of like a possible gap. Gap up within that gap, but just kind of getting early, a couple $100 up and big.
Yeah.
But and then recently, man, I applied for the options account with Robinhood, and I've been kind of paper trading options for a while now, just kind of wanting to get into it more.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not. There's definitely a big difference with the Robinhood and their the way they do, on the app on how to buy puts and calls.
Right.
But it's not a big difference. It's, the same shit. But
it's kind of funny looking though, ain't it?
Yeah, you know what you're doing. You know what you're looking at, but if you're kind of new to it, it's kind of weird and strange.
Yeah. It's very because obviously being on Robinhood, especially if you're not using it on the desktop, is very limited in terms of the information it can provide on the screen. But even in comparison to TD or some of these other ones, it does seem like they give a kind of funny looking format to how to buy options on Robinhood.
Absolutely. But and then the comment that I wanted to make with the market right now, I mean, if you can tell where there's bullish momentum or bearish momentum, and you use the price support, just the support prices, you're making money right now, up and down. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
You know what even if you just kind of new at this, with these big blue chip companies,
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of volatility. There's a lot of money to be made right now, and but it doesn't matter, man. One day we're saying the market's going up, another day we're saying it's going down. Like, if you know what you're doing, you're making money, man.
Right.
It don't matter what the fuck. But anyways, man, appreciate you taking my call, and keep up the good work, man.
There it is. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for the call, bro.
Thank you. Bye.
Yes, indeed, man. That's Gerardo. Appreciate you. At the end of the day, I gotta respect the moving averages, man. You gotta respect these stocks as he just talked about, up or down. If they're respecting these lines, especially when you look at tickers like Amazon. We know what's happened over the last couple of days, and as you can see here, man, they're just respecting these averages, man. They're just respecting these averages, and I'm still learning a lot myself. And at the end of the day, not scaring yourself out of the trades can keep things, making sense for you. Can keep things making sense for you, AMZN. There's Amazon. We looked at, in fact, we look at another one like Dr. Butterfly brought up, NVIDIA. Here's NVIDIA over the last couple of weeks since 2017, 2018, still respecting these moving averages, man. Here's NVIDIA, came back, touched the 50 line, and bounced right off of it like nothing happened. Here's NVIDIA on the weekly. All right? And these sell-offs were just opportunities to go long. Andrew, this is the 21 EMA. This is the 21 EMA. This is what it's called, the pullback support moving average. The 50-day single moving average. All right, that's the uptrend defense line. That's typically stocks that are kind of fighting to break out higher. All right. And then eventually you come from 50, then you hit the 21 and move up, even better than that. Then, of course, 100 is oversold, and 200 is the bull's last stand, which is the 200 single moving average. All right. So you guys get a chance. If you want to see that, well, you can email me. I can send that little pic to you. You can write it down. You can use it on your own charts. All right. Interesting little tidbit for you. All right. Yes, indeed. Daniel, I'm right here, bro. I mean, is he just talking about plays? All right, let me block this Daniel guy because he's acting. Let me see here. Where are you at, bro? Let me get you out of here. Thank you. Take care, sir. Appreciate you. Take care. Have a great day. Yeah, call me, Kelly Rob. Call me. Been here for 2 years asking, hey guys, you tell me what's going on here? Hey guys, I'm new here. Can you tell me what he's talking about? Okay, is he just going over plays? Fuck out of here, nigga. Appreciate you, everything monetizable, TRN. Let me see here. Down 3%. All right. Down 3%. Okay. God damn, y'all stepping up y'all prices now. Shit. Y'all stepping up these prices now. Y'all bringing up $30, $40 stocks. You know, dudes out here stepping their game up. Shout out to the traders, man. You know. You said I could have hit that track on. Yeah, I didn't want to call him the N-word. I didn't want to call him the N-word. Every time I do, I get an email from one person like, hey, man, you need to stop using that track. You need to stop using that track. You know, and then I start to feel a little sensitive about it. I'm like, okay. I'll think about it. Well, look, General Mills has been losing for a long time, man. Here's General Mills. And I know Bats had brought up General Mills as a possible bounce off that sell, that earnings report, but you know, after I should have came back and talked about General Mills like the next day after he made that call, because General Mills has been losing for a long time, man. As you can see here, it's been losing for a long time. So, and it could be a lot of things. It could also be, in my opinion, the switch that a lot of people are making to healthier foods. You got a lot of parents who don't want to start their kids off with, a diabetes bomb every morning. I think that's having some effect. And General Mills makes a lot of unhealthy food, man, when you look at their lineup. Outside of their breakfast stuff, just their other shit. It's all really unhealthy looking food. All right. BTG, $1.75 gain. Trading at $2.91 right now. Yeah, that's the weekly. Daily, let's see if we get that multiple day. God, daily not looking so pretty. Yeah, this chart is a mess, man. This chart is a mess. This chart is a mess, bro. As you can see here, I mean, this is almost 2 years, man. There's nothing going on here. That up and down funnel action, that's 2 years. That's nothing you want to be in. We pulled up some really nice looking charts today where you can clearly see, moving averages being respected. You can clearly see trends developing, ending. That right there, that's not where you want to put your money in, man. That's not where you want to put your money in. All right. There's some gold plays out there. We've had some guys bring up some gold plays, you know. There's some gold plays out there that look a little bit better than that. I'm thinking off the top of my head. You know, but shout out to J-Nug, though, man. I've been watching J-Nug. J-Nug has been that one last couple of days. I've been watching that slowly but surely. But, again, these are, you know, none of these gold plays have been really pretty over the last, you know, few years, honestly. Over the last few years, honestly. EGO? Yeah, let's look at EGO. I remember EGO from last night. Yeah, as you can see here, I mean, none of these gold plays, you know, going back to 2016, none of them have been pretty. But, you know, I'd rather look into something like this that could be possibly a turnaround situation when the commodity starts to rise in value, right? This is something you may respect. Obviously, you're going to need a better moving average, or here's something like the 100 or, you know, maybe a 50 or something like that. But I'd rather look at a ticker like this than what we had showed earlier. EGO is absolutely, Corey Kwan. I'm with you 100% on that one. EGO would be a great ticker to be in once gold prices start to turn around. Once gold price starts to turn around. All right, so tomorrow we're going to have some plays for us to watch for the next 30 days. Of course, we're going to continue to watch the markets every day. That's what we do here. Nothing really on Black Box today. We didn't get any home runs on Black Box at all. Shout out to the guys who were in the option sector, because, I mean, they killed it, dude. I saw some guy put up like $4,000 today on Netflix options. As if you remember, 2 days ago, Netflix destroyed their earnings. Shout out to Netflix longs today. And I think they're going to win tomorrow, too. Who do I have on the line? 916. What's up?
Yo, what's up, Sal? It's Kelly Robb.
Hey, Kelly. What's up, man?
Oh, nothing much, man. You know, just another day of trading.
Yes,
but a really funny YouTube video came out today about Pornhub and the cryptocurrency Verge coming together, and they made a little commercial on YouTube for it. I was wondering if you wanted to play it. It's kind of funny.
Is it going to be safe for my channel?
Yeah. It's safe. It's nothing like that. They're just talking about the cryptocurrency and what the future is and how they like formed a partnership, and they don't show anything like what would regularly be on that website.
Okay, yeah, because I don't want to, you know,
because it's actually on YouTube.
Pulling their titties out or something like that on my, you know what I mean?
No. It's on YouTube, so it's safe. I've already seen it. I just thought it was a little funny.
Let me see if
But it is actually a pretty legit commercial. Like, you can tell they put in some production value. So if you go into YouTube and search Pornhub, it'll be the first video, like, right on the list from the official, like, Pornhub channel.
Okay, so Pornhub and Pornhub and Verge, the future has, oh, wow, okay. Okay.
Yeah. And it's got really good production value. I was actually really surprised by it.
All right, let me see here. It's going to take them. I appreciate you. Let me go ahead and download YouTube video. All right, so I'm going to download that. And while we're doing it, I do have the Verge ticker on the screen, and here is the Verge to the dollar. I do see here it's been making some moves for a while. Do you play this crypto? I mean, this altcoin? I mean, that's what it is, right? It's an altcoin for the most part.
Yeah. It's kind of one of the more bigger, popular altcoins. I don't play it. I typically only play Bitcoin and Ethereum, and maybe every once in a while when something's getting pumped, I'll give it a little shot on it, but I'm not really into the crypto game anymore. I was shorting BTC futures for like the last 2 months, but once it hit that 6,000, it started popping up. I was like, the shorting game's over.
Yeah. Okay, let me go ahead and play this video now. Looks like I got it. Let's take a look.
There you go, son. Happy birthday.
Thanks, Grandpa. A whole Verge coin. Jeez.
Hush, boy. Back in my day, with a single coin you could buy an electric car, not a flying one, and still have enough money left over to take your bay to see Hamilton every night. And before that, we had to use plastic cards or metal coins or filthy slips of paper. What we used to call Skrilla.
Skrilla? Interesting. So, what happened?
Well, a little website came along. Everything changed. No big surprise there. Porn had always been the tipping point, with online payments, video streaming, VR. This was no different. When Pornhub started accepting Verge, it was only a matter of time before everyone else caught on. The future had finally come. Now, it's the only thing we use.
Wow, Grandpa. Living through that must have been something else.
You can't imagine. But wait. I can show you.
All right, that's what's up, man. I mean, nice little vibe there. Definitely got some chuckles into that. I mean, I'm actually kind of impressed with it. I obviously I wish they did this like 5-6 months ago, but still, though, I mean, this is probably the right time for them to go in, and I don't doubt that. These guys probably got in on those huge lows not too long ago. That's a good look for them, though. I'm interested to see how they're going to use it.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested, too, because, like, Pornhub's usually, like, a free website, right? Like, you don't pay money to look at that stuff.
Right. Because I ain't paying for that.
I think it was just interesting what happened, and obviously it's like one of the biggest websites in the world that has huge amounts of hits every single day. So it's just kind of interesting to see like how the XVG chart might react to something like this.
Yeah. Okay. XVG. Now, do you know a little bit about it? I mean, would you be able to answer? Is it faster than Bitcoin, for example?
No, I don't know about this one.
Okay.
I don't really get too caught up in all the hoopla and stuff when I'm trading. I just pretty much just trade technicals. So,
yeah.
I mean, a good news story or something like that, or, when you have a collaboration with a huge company like this, I mean, yeah, that can definitely start moving the charts. So that's always something good to have.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as just trying to trade based off this type of information, it's not really what I'm into.
Okay. Excellent. Okay, that's not bad, man. Appreciate you, Cali Rob, man. That's a good look. I appreciate you bringing that ticket to us, man.
Hey, no problem, man. No problem, Sal. I love what you do with the show, and I appreciate you, my brother.
Thank you. Appreciate the call.
All right, have a good one.
All right, so Cali Rob, appreciate the call. I didn't when he had mentioned that, when somebody mentioned that XVG earlier, I didn't even know what it didn't come up, the cryptocurrency XVG. I completely forgot. If you remember, they were like, man, there were so many goddamn altcoins. Guy would always bring up some damn altcoin from, Potcoin, all these damn different coins. They'll probably charge advertisers XVG. The models will be paid with XVG. Yeah, Gucci, there are a lot of possibilities. There are a lot of possibilities on how to use it. But problem is, how do you get other websites to start taking XVG? Because the last thing we need is every freaking porn site to have a different coin. They got XVG, they got, Litecoin, they take Bitcoin, they take, But I ain't paying to see no titties, man. That's not on the website. Not on the website. Not on the website. All right. You said you had some good ones, Cali Rob. Appreciate you. Ripple gonna surprise folks don't like it. Yeah, a lot of people are hating on Ripple right now, man. But I'm telling you right now, man. For me, I'm looking at that Monero. I'm looking at Monero right now. Looking for Monero. Monero, don't sleep on it, baby. We back above that 21. Don't sleep. Don't sleep. The privacy coin. All right, guys. So that being said, we're gonna come back tomorrow. It's been, it's been an interesting week, man. For those guys who are buying, staying long on these moving averages. Just be patient, man. Location for real estate trading. Patience. At the end of the day, I gotta make it interesting, or this would be boring as fuck. If we didn't look at the ups and downs of the market. But at the end of the day, yeah, you do have to unfortunately just kind of stick by your positions, enjoy your life while your positions do their thing. But you wouldn't watch the show unless, you got to hype it up a little bit. You know what I mean? So slow days, good slow days, big money days. Either way, we got to see what these tickers are doing and stay motivated to continue to live this lifestyle. All right, and continue to have our money out here working for us. Because, Lord knows that whatever it is you do for money, your boss is going to make you work. So why not make sure your money works just as hard? All right? Appreciate all of you. Let me go ahead and ring the bell. Late show tonight, but I appreciate all of you joining me regardless. Great show tonight. And by the way, don't be afraid to call in. I always got the same callers. I got a lot of people who watch the show and lurk. Press like on the video right now. Give me them likes. Shout out to everybody who blessed the ministry today. Shout out to people who blessed the ministry. You know what I'm saying? Showing the brother some love. Corey Kwan, appreciate you. Andrew Gladness, appreciate you. Yeah, get them likes up, man. Shout out to all the people who watch the show. All right. I'm trying to promote the show on Instagram, but they keep denying my ad. It's crazy because all my little pumps and stuff, they were approving that. Every time I try to promote, like put a little ad in on Instagram or something like that, it keeps denying. I got to figure a way around that. What I'm going to do is probably going to hire a white boy to make a video, put his face on it. They'll approve it then. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Bill Betts, Ricardo Joseph. Thank you again for the donation, bro. Joe Craft, Pray Boy, appreciate you. Yes, indeed. Shirley Lewis, Gucci, Red Whites. Who else is in here? G Hart, Legendary 8s. Bad Scientist again, man. Thank you for the call. Yes, indeed. Dr. Butterfly, Trevor Roby to be exact. Jeff Marine Thayer. I appreciate all of you. Be back same time, same place tomorrow. Gotta keep following, keep seeing. It's gonna be interesting to see tomorrow if we get another big day. But right now, that's what the market looks like it wants to do, man. We could be really headed for that breakout. look at those deep in the money calls right now to enjoy that high delta move to those levels if that's in fact where we're going. Broke above the 50, MACD crossover, QQQ and SPY still above that. SPY. So there it is. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, again, tomorrow, same time, same place. Happy trading, folks. See you tomorrow. Take care.